In this video, we'll show how to find the length of the curve for a given function on a given interval. And I'm going to use the formula for the arc length that can be written like this. And depending on the circumstances, ds can either be interpreted as square root of 1 plus f prime x squared dx, and then the limit of integration will be from a to b with respect to x, or ds can be interpreted as the square root of 1 plus g prime y squared dy, and then the limits of integration will be from c to d with respect to y. In our case, since the function is given to us with respect to x, I'm going to use this version of the formula where we write the limits of integration for x, and we, instead of ds, write this expression. So in order for me to find the arc length, I have to find the derivative of the function first. This will be x squared over 2 plus, or rather minus, 1/2 x squared. Next, I have to square the function. So we have x to the 4 over 4 minus 1/2, 2 times the product, and plus 1 over 4x to the 4th. Next, we add 1 to this expression, and after you add 1 to this expression, we end up with the same exact expression, but with positive 1/2 instead of negative 1/2, which means that we do have a perfect square, which can be written like this. And after we take the square root of everything, we're just going to end up with the x squared over 2 plus 1 over 2x squared. Technically, we have to put the absolute value here, but since everything is positive, there is no need in the absolute value notation. And this is now our integrand. So we have to integrate this on the interval from 1 to 2. So let me find a place for this work. The arc length will be the integral from 1 to 2 of this expression with respect to x, and antiderivative is x cubed over 6 minus 1 over 2x. And here we can pause for a second and to check our work, and notice that this antiderivative is exactly the same except the sign as a function, and that's usually the pattern for this type of problems. Now we just have to evaluate it between 1 and 2. So we have 2 cubed over 6 minus 1 over 2 times 2 minus 1 cubed over 6 minus 1/2, and we have 8 over 6, which is 4/3, minus 1/4 minus 1/6 plus 1/2. Common denominator is 12, so we have 16/12 minus 3/12 minus 2/12 plus 6/12. 16 minus 3 is 13, minus 2 is 11, 11 plus 6 is 17/12 is the arc length of a given curve